Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. Today is August 1st. It is Monday, 2022. Before we jump into this video, I just want to remind everybody I'll be live streaming for my hardcore members tonight. That is at 8 p.m. If you would like to join us, you have to hit the join button on my main page here on YouTube, become a hardcore member, and then you can join us for that live stream. So anyway, it was just raining here. You can see here on the ground it's wet. It was just raining. It's been raining off and on all day. One of those kind of days. They did call for that today. That happens. So, kind of low-key in it today again, unfortunately. The weather's not cooperating, and the extended forecast is, don't eat the bushes. Don't eat the bushes. What are you eating the bushes for? What are you doing? What are you doing? Huh? Why are you eating the bushes? Crazy dog. So, she's so good. I can't even begin to say enough how good that dog is. Anyway, wanted to talk about Nancy's going anyway. So, that's what I wanted to chat about a little bit. And, so China, as you probably all have known already, maybe you don't, I don't know, have made threats that if Nancy Pelosi goes to Taiwan with her delegation of Congress people, that they will they said that would be an act of aggression, and that they would act accordingly. And Taiwan is an independent country. They have been independent for a long time. China wants them back in the fold, as everybody should know by now. And so we have been backing Taiwan for quite a while. And so there's little games being played. And so China made some threats saying that, they would blow her plane out of the air. Look at the wind blowing there in the trees. It's really, I'm catching some rain on my back here a little bit too, so, but I don't know, it's kind of neat. I just like to sit and watch that, I just think it's kind of cool. Anyway, sorry, easily distracted, remember folks? But anyway, so we can't let China dictate what we are or are not going to do. So when they're making threats and saying, well, if you do this, we're going to do this, we can't have that. We can't, because if we give in and we back down, that shows weakness, of course. And, there's always that eventuality that the two biggest kids on the block, the two toughest kids, they might not have nothing against each other. They really might not. But eventually, they're going to have to fight to see who's tougher. It's just the way it is. You got to see who the ultimate tough guy is. And so, like I said, it would not surprise me. Yeah, it's starting to rain again now. Like I said, just one of those kind of days. But it would not surprise me at all if that eventually ended up happening. Not that that's a good thing, because it's not. War is definitely not a good thing. War is definitely not the answer. The only people that make money in war are big business. Imagine that. I know it's shocking. I'm going to have to walk under the canopy here, because it is sprinkling again now. Yeah, the ground is like completely saturated. If you can see that right through here. I mean, it's so freaking wet. We've had so much rain. Yeah, there you go. So now you can see the rain coming. Anyway, it's just, I think it's an inevitability. You got to understand, we are headed for, if we're not already in it, and this is strictly my opinion, of course, worse than a recession. We're already in a recession, but I think we're headed for something worse than the Great Depression. That's just my feeling. And one way to get out of those type of things is to go to war, because war is good for business. War is good for the economy, unfortunately. The unfortunate part of that is young men and women die because of that. So, not a good thing at all. Not a good thing at all. something to pay attention to. Keep in mind, pay attention to what's happening. A lot of scary stuff going on. But all we can do, again, and I know I keep repeating myself with these type of things, but I really want to drive the points home. All we can do is control what we can control. Take care of what we can take care of. Take care of our families. Watch out for each other. Be as ready as we can be. And when the time comes, we'll have to act accordingly. We're going to have to do what we need to do. If you live in the cities, again, I'm going to highly encourage you to get out of them. Not a safe place to be. Not a safe place to be at all. Especially if there's a war situation, the countries would go for the highest kill count. Obviously, New York City would be a target. You would be looking at Washington, D.C. would be a target. Possibly Chicago. All those type of places. On the West Coast, you would be looking at L.A., San Diego for sure, because there's a naval base down there. And, those would be high target areas. In Virginia, Norfolk would definitely be a target area. Those are things that we got to pay attention to. And if you're in and around those areas, you need to be ready as much as you can be for those type of situations. Now I think it stopped again. That's so funny. It did for a moment. Just a weird kind of day. I've had some pretty good rain showers come through, and then we've had like little bitty ones that like we just had there, little sprinkles and stuff. So anyway, again, I'm going to encourage you again, just keep getting ready, folks. The unknown can be scary, but if you've done things to prepare yourself as much as you possibly can to be ready for those type of situations, you're going to be in a lot better shape. I had a bee, listen to me. I had a bee in one of my buckets the other day. He was still alive and he was trying to get out. He was, stuck in the water. So I scooched him out. Bumblebee, if it was a hornet, I would have let the hornet drown. Bumblebees aren't bad though. So, you can hear the thunder in the background. I don't know if you guys heard that or not. One of those days. So, like I said, we're just going to keep it low key. Take care of our business. Hopefully the weather gets better. The forecast doesn't look good though. The forecast doesn't look good at all. A lot of rain in the forecast. But, what are you going to do? I think we got one day this week. I think it's Wednesday where it's saying no rain. The rest of it is rain every day. So now it looks like we got a clearing area there, which would be nice. Let's take a look at the solar. Let's see what the solar's. So anyway, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on the situation with Pelosi. Nancy's still going with her delegation to Taiwan. I'm sure they wouldn't be on whatever plane that they said that they would be on, just in case. But if you have China acting aggressively, that could lead to definitely worse things happening. So that's just standby is always the same. Let's see what it's charging up at. Give that a minute. Uh, 62% in charging. So even with the weather being as it has been, still not doing bad. So just kind of doing our thing. Anyway, guys, I'm sorry, I'm like rambling on here. I am going to jump off of here for now, but I do want to hear your feedback on this. What do you think? Do we need to stand up and say, hey, we're not taking anybody's crap, or do we back down? I'm curious to see what you guys think of the situation. I'm not a big fan of Nancy Pelosi, but she still represents our government, and we can't let people push us around. That's just my take on it. I definitely want to hear yours, okay? Remember, folks, we are all in this together. We are, if we could ever figure that one out, we are going to be in much, much better shape. We have to stop the manipulation. Manipulation happens every single time. They use race, religion, political affiliation. They use the vaxxed, the unvaxxed. A lot of games being played. Also, remember to hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD. Step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching your goals is you. That's it. Nobody else. There's the wind blowing again. So stay away from the negativity, guys. You're going to be just fine. Stay positive. Keep prepping. Keep getting ready. All right? I will talk to you all later. Prepper Nurse 1 and Hella out for now. What are you doing, baby girl? That's a good girl. That's a good girl.